Hello, I am in the studio today and I'm going to be painting a watercolor painting, and I'm just going by just feel. It's not going to be anything in particular, no subject matter really. Just feel like painting and chilling out, and I know things are pretty wild out there in the world right now, so if you need a moment to just chill out, I've got some music going, I'm going to be painting, and you're welcome to sit with me. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Misty. I'm an artist. I paint in watercolor, I sculpt in polymer clay, I do digital illustration. So, yeah, I do a little bit of everything. And I try to have like chill vibes, and I use loads of color in my art. I want my art to be a positive experience. So, yeah. I grew up with childhood trauma and all that, and so past few years I've been using my art to help heal and cope through all of that, and it's just been a tremendous help. So if you've ever considered getting into art, I can't say enough good things about it. I highly recommend getting into art because it really does help. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do today is paint a heart, and then maybe like some rainbow colors around it. Just something to sit here and get like out of my head, out of my own head, and just paint and feel good. I got my paint palette here. Something I just got off of Amazon a couple years ago. I use this to spray down the paint palette. And yep. And then I've got my cup over here for my clean water to rinse my brush. And the paper that I use is 140 pound Strathmore watercolor paper, and I love it. Hey, welcome, how are you? Hope y'all can see everything okay. I like to have this kind of, because I feel like, we can chat better, rather than just an overhead of what I'm doing. So, hey, Mila, how are you? Is it Mila or Mila? Beautiful name, though. I love it. Hey, welcome. Oh, that is so sweet. I really appreciate that. You are so welcome here. We love the good vibes. Alright, so I'm just going to paint a heart. So right now what I'm doing is laying down some water. And I have to kind of turn at an angle to see what I'm doing. See the light reflecting off of it to know where I'm putting the water first. So this is called a wet on wet technique, because you wet the paper and then you put on the paint. And it's really cool the effects that it does when you do that. So gotta make sure it stays wet. It can dry out pretty quickly, so it's okay if you need to add a little bit more water. Hello. Alright, so I think I'll do a pink heart. I really love pink, so you see, you just kind of put it where the water is. You see how it just kind of spreads out? I just love that. That effect is really cool. But yeah, I've been doing art for over 20 years, and I just started doing watercolor a few years ago. Like the pandemic hit and everybody's learning new things, and I figured, it was a great time to learn watercolor. I've been doing it ever since. Alright, if you don't think there's enough color in there, you can definitely go back and add more. You can make it as light or as vibrant as you want. Since Valentine's is coming up, it's nice to paint hearts. How's everyone doing today? I hope y'all are having a good day. I had to get out into the cold today. I was not a fan of that. I am just not a fan of cold weather. Of course, I don't like the really hot weather either. Like, not fun either way. Alright, so this is what we got so far. You want to let that dry. It should take just a few minutes. It doesn't take that long usually for watercolor paint to dry. Alright, so what we can do next is just add our water around the heart. It doesn't necessarily have to touch the heart. It can just go like right up to the edge of it. But if you touch the water to this paint, that will spread out into the water that you lay down. So kind of want to avoid that. Yeah, you can just get right up on the edge of that with your water. Now, if you want it to run, that's okay. You can definitely do that. That's not necessarily the look I'm going for. Alright, so let's see. I think we'll do a yellow right there. I might need to get a new paint palette soon. I'm just about out of yellow. But you know, I just figured with how the news has been and everything lately, it might be nice to just come in here and hang out in the studio with y'all. Right? It's been rough. It's been a rough few days. So let's come in here and do something nice for ourselves, right? And just hang out. And again, if it's too light, come in here with some more paint. Yeah, I was originally mostly posting on TikTok. I did post to YouTube quite often, but the majority of everything I would do was on TikTok. Of course, with everything that happened there, it was like, I think I'll go over to YouTube more, so that's what I'm doing. I just hit 1,000 followers the other day. I was really excited about that. Alright, so now I'm just adding a green. Yeah, I had just done a video where I was talking about how, you know, I'd rather be considered cringe and embarrassing than, you know, like mean and miserable. And, you know, I really hope that that translates through my work too, right? It's full of rainbows, full of color and love. I want people to feel joyful when they see my art. Because, you know, it makes me happy, so it'd be nice if it makes other people feel happy too. Alright, so this is what we got so far. We're just going to keep going all the way around with our paint colors here. And I'm doing the Roy G. Biv. So if you learned that in school, it's the colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So I'm kind of just following that track with the colors going around it. So the next color should be a blue. Bluish. color. And I'm not too worried if these run together a little bit. I just didn't want the heart to have the paint, the rainbow paint go in there. Alright, so where's everyone from? Let me know. Are y'all in the US? Are y'all from another country? Where's everyone from? It's so good to see y'all here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It has been a rough road getting here. Right? It's taken me a while to get to 1,000 followers to where I could get to do the lives and they would actually post. So I'm very happy that they'll post now. It's pretty cool. I got 2 art exhibitions going on right now, which is pretty cool too. I'm really excited about that. I've got a couple of art exhibitions in Mansfield, Texas right now. So that's really exciting. Alright, next color will be purple. Make sure I get water everywhere where I want it. Yeah, I started painting in the park a couple years ago, and I love doing that. I would go live on TikTok and just hanging out and painting, and it was really, really nice. But it's a little too cold to do that today. So I'm in the studio today. Alright. Oh, just see, making our way around. Welcome, how are you? So good to see you. So I like to move my paper as I work. I know some people will like tape it down, and that's cool sometimes, but I like to be able to move the paper around. Makes it a little bit easier to work. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people who are like, you know, they just want to give up and they don't know what to do, and I just, you know, my line of thinking is just do your best, right? And try to, you know, put out some positive light into the world, and hopefully I can do that with my art and with hanging out with you guys. Alright, so we got the yellow, green, blue, indigo violet color. And then so now we'll go on to like the red. I'm hoping this color is red. I'm thinking it's red. There we go, that's definitely a red. Yay! I guessed right. You know, and I know things are pretty wild right now, but, you know, we gotta look for the helpers. We gotta be the helpers, right? That's my line of thinking. And something I learned through being on TikTok and being here on YouTube is there are so many good people out there, right? I know there's so much bad going on, but man, there's so much good going on too. There's a lot of good people out there. And I just try to remember that. You know, when I start feeling scared or worried, I just try to remember that. Yeah, the water will dry up pretty quick, so you gotta try and move as quickly as you can when you're putting your paint down. Yeah, when I have, like I get anxiety sometimes, what I'll do is I'll just come into the studio and paint a little bit, and that always seems to help. Because, you're getting focused on something else. You're not focusing on the worry and the fear so much. And by the end of it, you got something nice, right? That came out of it. Alright, so there we go. We're going to keep going. Alright, so now we're going to be back to the yellow color. Alright, this is pretty well dry, so I can tuck it under my paint palette, I think. So I can get in here and work. And this isn't going to be perfect, but that's not the point. The point is to just have fun and feel better. I mean, it's really easy to get in your own head about your art and like get so scared you don't even want to start. And that's no good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's my advice is don't get so in your head about it. And to just start, because the more you do it, of course, the better you'll get. But you'll never get better if you don't start. So you gotta try, you gotta work. You gotta work to get better. Yeah, so I would go paint in the park, and I would paint every day, not just in the park, but every day I would paint, and I would go, I would do it, I would paint like 3 to 5 times a day. And I did that for 6 months. And I saw so much progress doing it like that. Of course, you got pieces that you're not in love with. You don't think they're the best. But you learn from each thing that you do. And that's really the most important part. That's how you get better as an artist. Just gotta keep at it. Yeah, it's really easy to get in your head and to just give up. But I really hope that if you want to get into art, that you won't do that. That you'll give yourself a chance to get better. But I hope y'all give me a follow. I really appreciate it. Also, I have some shops if y'all want to check that out. I've got art tutorials available, and I also have pet portrait commissions if y'all are looking to get your pet painted in watercolor. I have a link in my profile for all that if you're interested. Alright, so there we go. It's looking pretty cool, I think. This fun little thing. I have it on like a DMCA, like royalty-free music, because I think YouTube would probably ding me if I had anything else playing. Some of this stuff is like, wow, it's pretty cool. Like, I might add it to my playlist. Oh wow, 20 people. Thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate it. I hope y'all are having a good day. Alright. That was the chair, not me, I promise. I mean, you know, you never know. But that was definitely the chair. Alright, so we're on blue, so that means we're back to purple. Another cool thing that you could do with this is when you're done, is you let it dry, and then you can take like a paint pen, a black paint pen, and you could draw all over it like doodles. So you could do like flowers, stars, whatever. That's always fun to do too. Alright, so this is what it's looking like so far. Just a little bit more to go. I always love seeing how the paint moves in the water that you've laid on the paper. Just see how it flows through. I always think that's really cool. This is an interesting song. Yeah, I just looked up DMCA royalty-free playlist and picked maybe not the first thing, but like the second thing I saw. Alright. Kinda cool. I'll show you one that I did the other day. So I did this one. That's how it pretty much looks when it's dry. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool. Like, you could take a paint pen. Like, I have a black Posca paint pen. And you could just doodle all over it. And I think that'd be really cool. Or you could just frame it up like this. Either way. Like, really pretty. I love it. I love colors. I love it. Alright, so it'll probably take a couple minutes for this to dry fully. But yeah. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? I hope everyone's having a good day. And if you're not, I hope that sitting here and hanging out with me has made your day better. That was really the goal here, is just hang out and hopefully, you know, just have a moment of peace and calm, and you know that good people still exist, and I think we're gonna be okay. At least I hope so. We'll take care of each other, right? And keep shining our light and doing the best that we can. That's all we can do. All right, everyone. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. Please give me a follow, and I'll see y'all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.